I'd like to share a reading of a few poems from my book entitled From the Belly of the Whale, Poems of the Male Soul. The Heavy Fog. Today is a day of the heavy fog, an insurmountable mist that hunkers down around the edges of the lake, seeping into all of the spaces between the mountains, between the trees, every nook and cranny, holding all the sullen and weighed moisture of dreamy and ancient remembrance. Row after row of unbridled upheaval, what we call mountains, are hidden and then revealed as the air of lazy solitude dampens the already moist ground in its rising and falling again and again. You have to sit here long enough to see the veiling nature of the mist, to see it as a dragon's breath, in and out of the beast, just over the ridge or behind that steady ambling slope. It is that time that takes the science out of what your eye beholds and drops what your head thinks it knows directly into the sullen and weighted feeling in the heart. My days have felt a fog of ancient remembrance such as weaves itself among these mountains, among these hills. Look, the sun, it is breaking through. These hollers. There is a vapor, a mist, that hangs all pulled out and wispy just above the hollers in these mountains. It is gray against the mottled and purpling slopes of the Smokies. If there were not so many trees, it would be easy to mistake this place for the highlands. Layer after layer of mountains call you back to this soil, to this earth, a place of razor-sharp crenulations and swooping slopes, not a butte in sight. This place, this foggy, earthed corner of the world, calls you to stand by her diamond lakes and breathe the calm into your moist and beating body. Place yourself in those mountains, in them and you, and listen for the low glide honking of the morning geese and the strain of joy from the pinkening strands of pre-dawn sunrise. It is here. Morning has found its way to these hollers once again. A civil war. Down across the knoll we shot at our brothers to kill them dead for the establishment of our new venture, a pure country with the men from Washington come down to sanctify our battle. It could be hardly a mystery that we wanted everything that was not white dead. We had just killed the red men, and, still, battle with their savage souls when we took to routing out the black men. Something inside of us detested anything that was not white. It was a bloody massacre of archetypal depth, just not liking anything different than who we are. We all hoped to hang each other out on our sour apple tree to prove that we were right. Piles of severed legs and arms and feet, a barrier to our reason and a sign of our greed, amass all around the dirt that belongs to free men pretending to be the North and the South. The chestnut skin of my young son calls out to the blood soaking the soil of what they thought to be a 90 days war. What on earth is the matter with the American people? I ask the question that Frederick Douglass asked. What on earth is wrong with the American people? It is not only that I cannot explain this behavior of killing for color. I cannot understand the mind that sees only the beauty that existed all around them in a world of laurel and vine, of magnolia and marshes, and turns itself toward hanging and burning. How do I tell my son people turn against each other with little provocation beyond the color of the skin? I am embarrassed, mostly at our behavior, a little at my inability to explain. On the turn of the leaf. On the turn of the leaf, on the fall of the flake, an indiscriminate angle reveals a dimension unknown only a moment before. A world unfolds in the blink. A universe becomes real in an instant, and then it is gone. Thoughts thought in the evening by the fire are gone in the morning. Resolve found in the vesperal light vanishes with the rising sun. Set adrift in a world that changes on the apparent whim of the wind, we find either wonder or chaos in the awe and grandeur that churns and churns and churns every particle of life all around us.